Now, I will give the chainsaw credit where credit is due. For once we have something that's actually somewhat effective against Rompers, so long as you can time it right. So long as they can't get their major leap attack in there, it actually is pretty useful against them. But if they can get that full lunging attack at you, then you're still in trouble. They will take you down to the ground and do horrible, horrible things to you. But it does actually work against them. The Katana works rather decently against Rompers as well. If you can get some good slashes against them, you can knock them down fast with this thing. It's not to take anything away from the chainsaw, they both actually work rather nicely on Rompers, and that's more that can be said about a lot of weapons in this game, really. But like anything else, basically, anything you're planning to use on Rompers, if they can get that full lunge against you, you're still gonna be in trouble. So let's try out the chainsaw on the hospital staff. They are nice big targets, so they will take constant damage from the chainsaw so long as they're in contact with it. It seems like it doesn't quite come down far enough, though, to do finishing strikes. And most important to note, it doesn't shove enemies back, like the rock drill does. This can be a bit problematic sometimes against nurses. No pushback, so they can still stab at you, even if you're actively sawing at them. So to effectively fight them with the chainsaw, you have to basically hold it at the ready, move up, move back, move up, move back. Yeah, that's really about the only way to do it effectively and not get hit while you're using the chainsaw on these things. Thing is, you really have better options than that. Better options, such as the Katana. Oh yes, this thing works a treat. I love the Katana. Gods, it's fun. Why do you rush to death? I suppose it is fate. You were wrong to oppose me. Yes, for those wondering, that was a reference to Samurai Warriors. Thank you. So this isn't something too major, it's just something I never thought to go back and check. I'm here on the 3rd floor of the Otherworld Hospital. Now if you'll remember, we get into the Otherworld by coming through the 4th floor, which doesn't seem to exist. So what happens if we go back up to the 4th floor? No door? Stairs that go nowhere? Just how'd we get here? So here we are just outside of Alchemilla Hospital in Otherworld Silent Hill. This is the point after you've gone through the shopping center, taken out Twin Feeler, and come all the way back here to talk to Lisa. You actually do need to go inside, talk to her first, and basically get it to where all that you have left that you can do is leave the hospital, go across the street, and fight Float Stinger up on the roof. But before you go and do that, make certain to go ahead and use the channeling stone. This is the 2nd place to use it.
What?
Seems like they're getting a little more agitated. If you try and use it either in the Fog World, or the very first time you come here in Otherworld Silent Hill when you get attacked by 3 wormheads, the channeling stone will not work. So here we are in the parking lot of Norman's Motel, in the resort area of Silent Hill. This is the one place you need to use the channeling stone where it's not actually in the Otherworld. It just happens to be dark out. Anyway, this is the 3rd spot to use the stone.
What?
They're definitely doing more complex things and getting a little closer. So the fourth place that you need to use the channeling stone is here in the cabin of the boat, after having the long drawn-out conversation with Sybil and Dahlia. So, let's call our friends.
What?
Oh, and now they have friends. Yeah, they're ganging up. I think we're getting close to something here. So the final spot where we need to use the channeling stone is here at the top of the lighthouse. When we get here, Harry still has his encounter with Alessa and talks about being too late to stop the mark from being made here, but we don't really care about that. If we're after the UFO ending, all you have to do is go into the inventory, use the channeling stone one more time, grab the popcorn and sit back and enjoy.
What?
Because this is the end. Not even a boss this time. Summoning the entire fleet this time. They're coming closer. The UFO ending almost always adopts a different graphical style to tell its story.
Sorry. Let me ask you, have you seen a little girl around here with short black hair?
And thus, Harry Mason was abducted. Yeah, obviously the UFO endings are joke endings. Most of the Silent Hill games do have joke endings. It's like the game designers kind of wanted to have a brief moment of relaxation after all the dark, dreary horror of Silent Hill, so they put in the joke endings just as a laugh. Silent Hill 4 does not have a joke ending, one of the many reasons why Silent Hill 4 sucks. Also, kind of amusingly, if you watch all of them, the UFO endings for the games, they kind of have an odd little continuity to them. So, that's kind of funny, actually. So, yeah, one thing to point out here, during the end credits, which, by the way, seem to be running kind of like Star Wars opening title sequences this time. But anyway, one thing to point out is there are these persistent rumors about a sixth ending to the first game, known as the ambulance ending. There's any number of ways supposedly to trigger this, and supposedly the end result is you end up driving an ambulance around part of the town, and you end up somewhere where you find Cheryl alive and well. The thing is, this ending has been tested all over the place. So many people have tested it, tried to find this ending. It simply does not exist. So, yeah. Before anyone asks me to look for the ambulance ending, it simply does not exist. There was a rumor that it actually did exist in an incomplete version of the game that was like a demo disc or something, but even there, people haven't really been able to find it. There has been no confirmation of the ending existing, there's no visual proof of it existing. Anything found out there that someone claims, oh, here's the ambulance ending, take a look, here's a video, it's faked. I saw someone that just showed their interpretation of what the ambulance ending would look like if it was real, but it is not real. So, there. I think I've fairly well covered that. I should be safe from anyone asking, hey, show the sixth ending. So yeah, by this point I've pretty much shown all the endings. I think there's only one thing left to actually show off. The end. Kind of skips around a bit like this is some kind of old film or something. Wow, yeah, we don't even get the outtakes on this one. So, the thing that I want to point out is the hidden items in the background. There's an extra one down there at the bottom. A gun of some sort. So, yeah, we'll be seeing that in a few moments.